Hey folks, we'd like to welcome Carzing.com that's sponsoring every single video we are making in the month of October. Car shopping does not have to be dreadful, and you can avoid spending unnecessary time at the dealership with Carzing. Carzing combines all the tools necessary to buy a car into one handy place. Here's what you do. You go to carzing.com/thesmokingtire. Once you're there, you can search millions of new and used cars and trucks and get pre-qualified with real rates, saving time at the dealership. What's the best part? There's no impact on your credit score, and you can customize the terms of your finance all online from the comfort of your own home. Save time at the dealership by going to carzing.com/thesmokingtire. Hit the link in our video description, and thanks to Carzing for sponsoring the entire month of October. Hey folks, welcome to a very, very special historic race car. The kind folks who have organized the Velocity Invitational, a vintage and a specialty motorsport event in November, have invited me out to Thunderhill here to drive an incredibly significant historic race car. This is a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302 Trans Am, campaigned by Parnelli Jones and George Fulmer. And if you've never heard of those names, here's why you should. Parnelli Jones is a legendary driver, team owner, and even in certain cases a manufacturer. He won the Midgets Championship in 1960, 1961. He was the Indy 500 Rookie of the Year. He was the first driver in 1962 to qualify at over 150 miles an hour at Indy. 1963, he started on the pole and won. He also won the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb Championship. In 1964, he won the USAC Stock Car Championship. 1968, he won the Mexican 1000, which is now called the Baja 1000. And in 1969 to 71, in cars just like this, and in fact, this car and others, he and George Fulmer won the manufacturer's Trans Am Manufacturers Championship for Ford. Parnelli Jones won 2 races in 69 and 5 races in 1970. George Fulmer won a bunch of races on top of that. And in this car competed in 4 races in period before it had a small accident that was enough to retire it from its racing career, but not enough to totally write it off. These are based on production Boss 302s. They have a high performance 302 cubic inch V8, that's 5 liters, a 4-speed manual gearbox. This has a roll cage in it and no interior, and a very, very loud exhaust, plus some other period go fast motorsport bits. It is probably going to be very difficult for me to talk on track, although I will try my best. It's going to be really, really loud in here, but today we're going to learn what it's like to be Parnelli Jones and George Fulmer driving their actual Trans Am race car on the track. So here we go. There we go. Okay. This is not intimidating at all. Steering, very heavy. The tires look old, but they're not old. They're just a period look tire. This says the red line is almost 9,000 RPM, but I don't have the balls to try that. 4-speed gearbox is apparently geared for Laguna Seca, so they say I might even run out of gear on the front straight. Wow, the steering is really heavy. Nice long throws. Well, it feels old, but it sounds incredible, huh? The side pipes coming out right underneath the side doors here. Brakes don't feel very good. We're really going to work our way up in this. This is not something you can just hop into. Not only because of what it is here, but because of its historical significance as well. Extremely intimidating. Extremely intimidating. But oh my God, it's so cool. You gotta really input a lot of steering. Off camber. Wow, the steering is so heavy and requires so much input. Alright, let's do the brakes too. Okay, brakes are alright. It doesn't really seem happy at all until you get above like 5,000 RPM. I see. Actually, surprisingly easy to heel toe. That surprises me. Whoa! Oh my God, so much weight on the front. The sound, oh my God. So crazy. Foot slipped off the pedal there. Super intimidating. Oh, and rowdy. Really rowdy. I was way early there. Wow, this is like, I'm just terrified of it, honestly. Parnelli's signature is literally on the dash. Forgive me if my lines aren't perfect. It's been quite some time since I've been here. I'm amazed at how much it likes to rev. And how much it has to be revved. I can't really see the top half of the tack, which is a challenge. Whoa! Starting to get it. Starting to get it. It's got to be really, really hot. Wow, this is bad shit. This is so intense. Whoa! So gnarly! of. I'm a little too tall for this setup. And it really needs to be a gear lower than I've been using to keep the engine on cam, which is really above $5,000. So you wouldn't expect a car like this to be in second so much, but here we are. Whoa! This rocks! Yo, it's so rowdy, but so great. I'm surprised at how easy it is to heel toe. That's really sticking out at me. If I really had balls, I'd go to first here, but I have no balls. I'm a pussy. I love going through the gears in a 4-speed. Oh, it's delightful. I love how the suspension moves too. Woo! Come on, wait, Farrah, wait! Obviously, I can't handle anything like a proper boat race pace, but I'm having the best time ever. Amazing. For a 3,300-pound car, this thing really fucking boogies. That was locking up the rear brakes. I was warned that if the brakes get too hot, you're going to lock the rear first. So what happened was I locked the rears and poo came out. Straight up. Who has extracted? So my idea, oh boy, my idea of not pushing the brakes, that was a good one. So we'll go nice and easy on the brakes to keep poo from coming out. One more for fun, and then we'll call that a session. Incredible car. Just looking over this hood. Just like they were doing back in the day. experience. Absolutely incredible experience. You think big V8, you don't think about an engine that needs to be between 5,000 and 8,000 RPM to work efficiently. You don't necessarily think about a chassis that is this balanced. The steering is very heavy. The brakes are mildly sketchy. Objectively, you wouldn't call it good. But to sit in this seat and to get into the shoes, literally the driving suit of those drivers, those legends. Imagine doing an endurance race in something like this. It's exhausting. But at the same time, once you get used to it, it's incredibly rewarding and unbelievably fun. Whoa. That's so wild. Holy shit. Special shout out to the guys at the Velocity Invitational, Con Media, for having me out to do that. I mean, to not just have a little go in Parnelli Jones and George Fulmer's Trans Am Mustang, but to have a real go. I mean, I'm not setting the lap time record here, but to actually feel it out, run the motor, get into the brakes, and bring it back in one piece was an unbelievably rewarding experience. Just incredible. So shout out to those guys. Hit the link in the description to see about their event and what they've got coming up in November with all these amazing vintage cars. It's really cool. And thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.